Hello fellow detectorists, yes, here I am. I'm back out again on permission number 3. Now it's the usual Saturday. I got here fairly early, it's now 8:30. They still haven't done anything up here. They've cut all the grass around the edges of the fields where all the weeds were coming up and stuff like that. The patches where the crops weren't coming up, they've cut with some kind of mower. So I should imagine they're getting ready to start ploughing that any day now. It's my usual Saturday. I'm here most of the day. It's August bank holiday weekend. It's the 29th. I did come out last weekend, but I was a bit disappointed really because they hadn't done anything up here, and I was going over areas that I'd been over before. I went in the rape stubble field, and I went on the barley stubble field as well, and I wasn't finding much, to be honest. I did get 4 or 5 finds. I will show you those shortly at the beginning of this video, just to show you what I did find last weekend, but it wasn't really enough to put a video together, so that's why I didn't do one last weekend. I know some of you are probably wondering why. Otherwise everything else was okay. I've got the big coil on today. I thought I would give that a try, the X35 11-inch, mainly because I half wondered whether I would come back up here again today and still nothing would be done. So I thought I would give it a go over just quickly over the bean field here with the larger coil, and if I don't get much there just on this half of it that you can see here in front of us, I will go across the road and go back onto the barley stubble field where I've had a couple of sort of finds last weekend. Anyway, I'll show you that footage from last weekend now, and we'll get on with it today. Anyway, bye for now. Hello folks, here we go, we've got our first find, and again I'm not 100% sure, but that looks like possibly the end of a fibula. It's got this little hook bit down here where I imagine the pin might have locked onto. I did find something similar to this in this area once before, 2 or 3 weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago. So that's interesting. If that is what that is, that's what it looks like to me. Anyway, that's find number 1. We'll carry on. I'd like to find the rest of this, then I'd be able to see. But it's definitely got that sort of what's left of the hooked up part of the catch, or the latch, I think. Anyway, we'll carry on. Here we go folks, we've got our next find. As you can see, I have moved fields. The rape field was getting really difficult, as you'll probably see in the video footage. Whilst I was briefly on there, there's like a green carpet of weed which is growing on there now as well, which is making it even more difficult to detect between the stalks, because you can't see the stalks very easily. So I've decided to move back up to the top, up onto one of the stubble fields. Anyway, I've just had a find. This really is probably find number 2, I think, and it's quite a nice little buckle. That's quite nice. Anyway, we'll carry on. Trouble is, now I'm up on the top, I'm on higher ground. It's now got more of the wind, but it's very windy today. Anyway, we'll carry on. Here we go, folks. Got our next find. It's not much, but I thought I'd show it. And it's that, look, I think it's just possibly a button top. I'm not sure. It's one of these pressed items. So what that was on, I don't know. But I thought I'd show that. Anyway, we'll carry on. Here we go, folks. We just had a target down here, just here, as you can see, and I got something in the clod. It looks like a hammered coin, but it also at the moment looks like a cut half. It might actually be folded over, and both halves are there, but it looks like it's broken to me. But anyway, I'll try and get this out, and we'll see what we've got here. I'll be back in a moment. Yes, here we go, folks. Look, it's actually, it wasn't a very small cut half. It was actually a cut quarter. Look. So I'm really pleased I found this, and as I can tell from the center of the coin hill, right on the corner here, you can just see what's left of a voided short cross. So that's brilliant. That's lovely. I'm pretty sure that this is probably a Henry II. Not 100%, of course, because I haven't got the full coin. But that's definitely a voided short cross. I think that could be a side of the face, and that is that RIC. If it is, then that could be Ricus, which would be Henricus, which would be a Henry. But it's definitely a cut quarter, obviously, and it's definitely a voided short cross. That's brilliant. Lovely. Let's carry on. Here we go, folks. We've got our next find, and it's only a little well, don't know what it is really. It's just that, but the main reason why I'm showing this is whatever this was, and what it was used for. It used to be a gold gilded. I just wet it again. And there you go, look, you can see the gold gild on the edge of that there. So whatever this was, I don't know, but it must have looked very nice at one time. Still, we'll carry on, see what comes out next. Here we go, folks, we've got ourselves a coin. Looks like a halfpenny, but I can't see anything on it. It's very, very thin, so this could be a Gallielmus. Or one of the early Georges. But I can't see anything on this one, so I'm guessing that's a halfpenny. Anyway, let's carry on. Hello folks, now we've just had our first find. I did give it a go over the bean field over here, a very quick go. I walked across it once and I came back. I wasn't finding much again. There's not much stubble on there but from the bean plants, but it's going to be better. I'm going to leave it alone until it's ploughed and probably harrowed or whatever. And then that should be a lot easier to detect. So I'm on my way back towards the stubble field, the barley stubble field, coming across this oilseed rape field again, and I just had a little find here. It's nothing much. I don't think it's a button, but it does look interesting. It's quite small. As you can see, it's got some kind of pattern on there. It looks like a fleur-de-lis, but there's no sign of a shank, not even slightly. It does look quite old, but I'll give this a little spray and a clean and I'll come straight back to you. But I don't think that's a button. It doesn't look right to be a button. It could be a little token of some kind. Anyway, I'll give it a spray and we'll have another look. Yes, here we go folks, look. That, if I can get it to focus, that is it. Like I say, I'm still not sure what this is. It's definitely not a button because there's definitely no sign of a shank on there. I should imagine this might be this could be a little coin weight. It could be a little trader's weight. Something like that. It seems like it's got a raised ridge all the way around the outside of the top edge here. Might be slightly shaped with sloped sides. And it's definitely flat on the bottom, so this could be a little coin weight. But that's great. That's our first find. Let's carry on. Now then folks, I just had a really strong signal here. I sort of disbelieved it at first, thinking it might be a bit of aluminium or lead or something like that, but I dug the hole anyway. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try zooming in. Look at that. Just there. I'll go down and get it. Now, I don't get many of these, but this is I believe it's a cartwheel penny. So that's great. I'm really pleased with that. You can see the so big I need to zoom out. You can see the raised ridge all the way around the outside on both sides. Like I say, I think I've only ever had 2 of these before, but this will be my 3rd one, I believe. Let me just give it a little spray and a clean up and I'll come back to you. I can see a bust on there. Anyway, bye for now. Yes, here we go. Look, I've given it a spray and a bit of a clean. And you can see George around the outside, or Georgius. And you can see a bust on there. Lovely. Somewhere around the edge of this there'll be a date, I think. But I think all these cartwheel pennies were the same year or something or other. There'll be Britannia on the back, I think. Yeah, there we go, look. Lovely. So I think that's my 3rd one of these. Anyway, let's carry on. Obviously I'm on the stubble field now. I'm using Coin Fast and Coin Deep with the X35 11-inch coil, just going over the top of the stubble or through it in some cases, because this coil is a little bit heavier than the HF and it's getting through the stubble a bit better at the moment. But anyway, we'll carry on. We'll see what else comes out. But that gave me about 80 to 90, that did, on the display. Anyway, bye for now. Now then folks, we've got our next find, and it's come from, as you can see, from right on the edge of the field here, and it's a huge musket ball. You can even see the join around the middle of this. That is absolutely huge. That has got, I know I said this before, but in some of my previous videos, but that's got to be the biggest. That's got to be the biggest musket ball I've ever had. And that came right from on the edge of the field here. Anyway, we'll carry on. Here we go folks, we just had a little find down here, and it's this, which is quite nice. I don't know what it is. I thought it might have been part of a closed fastener at first, but I don't think so. It's sort of detailed and patterned on the front there, but flat on the back. So what this was, I don't know. still, it's quite nice. Anyway, we'll carry on. I am in the Roman area, but I don't think that's Roman, but let's see what we find next. Here we go, folks. I just had another find just down here, as you can see, and it is a coin, I think, but I can't make out anything on it. It's very, very thin. It's quite big, about the size of a penny coin, but that's one for later on, I think, once I've given it a clean up. Anyway, we'll carry on. Here we go, folks. I just had a next find, and it is this sort of a decorated plate. It's maybe a couple of inches across, 2.5 inches across. It's got a couple of holes in it, flat in the centre, and as you can see, it's quite patterned around the outside edge. Now, I can only guess at the moment that this may have been the frame or the backing plate to possibly a little glass mirror. I don't know, but if anybody else out there knows what this is, then please let me know. But that would be my best guess. That's probably a little, or would have been a little decorated mirror. Anyway, let's carry on. I'm toying with the idea at the moment of possibly calling it a day, because the rain looks like it is trying to set in now. It's not been too bad most of the morning, but we're now, well, it's now nearly 1 o'clock, and the showers are getting more prolonged. Anyway, we'll carry on for the moment, and we'll see if we get anything else. Oh, by the way, I changed the frequency from 17.2 on the X35 11-inch coil up to 26.1, I think it is 26.1, and I'm getting more targets. I don't know whether that's just a coincidence, but I haven't been getting much with the X35 coil until I changed the frequency. I haven't changed anything else from my normal settings. I just changed it up to 26.1 and I seem to be getting more targets. It's made it less chattery, and I'm finding more stuff all of a sudden, so we'll see. Anyway, bye for now.